We will start with Manchester United's, let's call it, surprise interest in Burnley's Wout Weghorst.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, but I think one thing you've learned over the course of the last 6, 12, 18 months is that Manchester United will surprise you in the transfer window, whether that's how much money they pay for a player, how old the player is, or perhaps whether he's a little bit left field. And I think this certainly ticks that final box, a left field player that they've been linked with here. But Manchester United are exploring the possibility of signing Wout Weghorst, the 30-year-old who's currently on loan at Besiktas. Now, he signed for Burnley this time last year with the remit to fire them to Premier League survival. He scored just 2 goals in 20 Premier League appearances, and it's safe to say didn't quite have the impact that they expected. However, he's an important player for Besiktas at the moment. He's scoring goals for them in the Turkish top flight. He's got 8 in 16 appearances. But I think quite significantly is his international experience as well. He played in the World Cup for the Netherlands. He scored a couple of goals against Argentina. And at 30 years old, he's a really experienced player as well, which is something that Erik ten Hag wants at the moment, particularly having lost Ronaldo. So we know that Manchester United are looking for a striker, and we know that they're exploring the possibility of Weghorst being that man. But it's complicated because he's on loan from Burnley to Besiktas. So therefore, Burnley and Besiktas would have to do some sort of a deal to allow him to go back to Burnley and then, of course, to Manchester United. So it's a little bit complicated, this one.
So from Manchester United's point of view, you kind of think, why Weghorst? Because his record in the Premier League wasn't great, although Burnley were struggling. And in fairness, in terms of performances, he really impressed. Is it purely because the finances aren't too bad, considering? Or is it just that it's the profile of the player that would suit Ten Hag?
I think it's both things. You've picked on 2 really important points. Financially, we know that Manchester United are under a little bit of pressure at the moment. The Glazers are looking and exploring whether they could potentially sell the club or get new investment. And it's our understanding they won't be making significant signings for big cash in this January transfer window, which means loans, which Weghorst would be. And the other thing that I think is really important to point out is that he fits the profile of player that Erik ten Hag is looking for at the moment. We know that he plays a very different style to previous Manchester United managers, and he wants his players, particularly those in those attacking areas, to be front pressers, to work hard. Now take a look at this. This is the presses per 90 minutes in the Premier League from 2021-22, when Weghorst was playing for Burnley. And as you can see there, he stands out at the very top of that list. So what that's telling you, and that's just not strikers as well, by the way, Tom. That's players across the board. So what that's telling you, he brings a physical presence. He puts players under pressure on the ball. He works hard for the team. He defends from the front. And that's exactly what Erik ten Hag is looking for. And you see a lot of scouting and recruitment done these days through data metrics. And clearly they've looked at the data and the work rate of strikers that they potentially could get. And Weghorst is ticking all of those boxes, hence why the link to Manchester United. But you can see there, he's someone that will give everything for the team and press and put players under pressure from the front. And that's exactly what Manchester United want from their new striker, should they get one in this window. Yeah,
it looks like from that could really help Rashford and Anthony as well, if they were on the wings alongside him.